In Hayward, on this side of the bay, do you think homies are less in numbers over here?
Nah, I think we got a lot of. I think the East Bay got a lot of homies. I don't think that we're. You know what I mean? A lot of homies in the valley are really deep and real.
And being this deep in the Bay Area, what makes someone want to be a homie?
If you're a Hispanic growing up in Northern California, I would assume if you gangbang, you should be a homie. Anybody else is just misguided. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got these upstate Sureños. They banging the Northern California turf, you feel me? How you a Southerner, you ain't never been to LA. That's crazy. We don't do none of that.
In your eyes, if you're Mexican, you should be a norteño.
If you're Latino,
If you're Latino.
100%.
Actual street YouTuber that's either in you or it's on you, no in between. Cash Rules Global TV, $sign for the S.
What we on Global Gang, what's the deal? Cash Rules Global TV, tapping in, back at it again. Just open up them trap doors, ready to whip this content, push it out, get it going, you heard? Man, if you happen to be new to the channel, go ahead and bang that subscribe button, bang with that like button next, and to keep these trap doors open. Go ahead and get you some Cash Rules Global merch, get you right, and look good, feel good, trap good. Now we about to get right into it. Now a lot of people don't speak on Hayward and the activatedness that goes on in Hayward. You hear me? A lot of Latins been getting busy. They known for the Northe card, among other things. Let's get to it. We're gonna get to the M's, the unaliving that's been going on with the youngins, and we're gonna see about a bit through the South Hayward hood.
We don't got no clubs. We got bars. You probably get smoked at one. But this is all we got. It's a black top.
And being in Hayward for generations, has it gotten worse over time?
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, this is wild. Young life is, they turning up. Back then, we used to get them up and squabble, but still get your hammer, you know what I mean?
Remember that statement. It's very important.
What's up, huh?
Now the Bay been diverse. You're gonna see blacks, Latins, everybody.
What type of races did you grow up with?
It's all Latinos or African Americans over here. That's it. It's a lot of Usos too. We got some Samoans over here. What's up, Pop? What's happening?
Pop, Dad.
Right here. This the motherland right here. This Second Manning. This where the zone is right here. 211.
So this is where zone 211 starts?
Yeah, this is it. Well, this whole section, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like an 8-block radius with courts and everything else in it. But this all the zone. This all 211. All gang.
And in Hayward in general, is there a heavy gang presence?
Oh yeah. Hey. Hayward, California is a Norteño city. You feel me? Either you a project baby or you a Norteño.
Very clear. I mean, he's saying that with pride, and it just is what it is. That's what I opened the video with. Now, this is gonna set the background for the video we about to get into.
That's what it is.
So there's only Norteños out here?
Huh?
There's only Norteños out here, gang-wise?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we got some Crips in the north, but not in the south. Like it's all Norteños or project babies. That's it. For y'all, that Norteños up in the cage is real.
Yeah, we function heavy with the Norteños.
What makes someone want to be a homie?
If you're a Hispanic growing up in Northern California, I would assume if you gangbang, you should be a homie. Anybody else is just misguided. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got these upstate Sureños. They banging the Northern California turf. You feel me? How you a Southerner? You ain't never been to LA. That's crazy.
Hey, now these politics are taken extremely serious. Y'all might think this is a game or whatever the case may be, but to a lot of people, he making a lot of sense. These ain't my politics. I got my own. I can't speak on that. Y'all make y'all decision. Let me know what y'all think about that. How does that is that sensible? Does that make sense? Or you is what you is, Southern or Northern, no matter where you at demographic wise.
Well, there's none of that.
In your eyes, if you're Mexican, you should be a norteño.
If you're Latino,
If you're Latino.
100% Hispanic, and you from up north and you feel like gangbanging, if not, then you go to jail and see how that feels.
Bloody Waters.
That's it right here.
So with that being said, we about to get into the crime that's been taking place in Hayward recently. You know what I'm saying? It's not blasted on the news because they wanted to seem like, a nice, pretty city. Go to A Street, go to the movies, hit a bar, go to the club. You know what I'm saying? Hit what's the Funky Monkey or something like that. But you can get caught slipping out there.
In this episode, I will talk about crime in Hayward. Hayward is the 6th largest city in the Bay Area, which includes 100 other cities, and also the 3rd largest city in Alameda County. Hayward was ranked as the 36th most populated city in California out of 482 other cities. But Hayward ever rarely gets mentioned in anything. Hayward may not be as well known as other places like San Francisco and Oakland, or even as dangerous, but crime happens everywhere. And once again, Hayward crime isn't the highest in the county, not in California, or not even in the Bay. But Hayward is full of gangs, and that leads to many other shootings over the years. Now in 2023, Hayward had 10 murders. In 2024, it had 14. Now that may not seem like a lot, but a lot of those murder victims were under 18.
If you're from the Bay in Hayward and that circumference, that's a lot, my boy.
And some of the 2024 murders in Hayward involving teenagers is what I will discuss in this video. The first shooting I will discuss happened on June 26, 2024, around 1:58 a.m. in the 24,000 block of 2nd Street. Hayward Police Department found a 15-year-old victim suffering from gunshot wounds. He died at the scene.
And I bet you they all gonna be of Latin descent. Like I said, they get busy in Hayward.
Around 2:14 a.m., police were notified about a second shooting victim. He had been transported to a local hospital. The victim was only 13 years old. He was listed in critical condition, but stable.
Teenage boy shot at Hayward early yesterday morning. Our voice Philippe Chagall has more on what neighbors are saying and where the search for a suspect stands right now.
Just before 2 o'clock Wednesday morning, Hayward police officers responded to a shooting on 2nd Street near Hayward High School. Officer Cassandra Favell says it happened at a house. In this case, 2 teenage boys sustained gunshot wounds. The 15-year-old from Rodeo died on scene. Officer Favell says the 13-year-old from Hayward turned up at a local medical facility. He is currently in critical but stable condition.
Heather, he was only 15 years old, a high school student who liked sports and wanted to go to college. But those dreams are no longer, and Hayward police are looking for his killer. After his 15-year-old son, Dominique Fank, was shot and killed in Hayward, he's mourning a young life lost, one full of potential.
He wants to play sports. He was on the football teams and basketball. He played everything. And he's already in music. He already made videos.
Fank says his son.
The question to all the youngins that be watching me, shout out to the YNs out there. I know y'all do. Y'all done tapped in. I always ask y'all, just make sure whatever y'all doing is worth it, because this can be the outcome. It ain't always glitz and glamour. Everything ain't always boo.
Was robbed, pistol whipped, and shot and killed at a girlfriend's home where 4 adults and many other teenagers were
Sound like a setup.
I thought adults would be able to, step ahead and wouldn't let anything like that happen. I know I wouldn't let anything happen at my house.
The shooting happened.
A father like that don't have no idea what his son is into.
At the home on 2nd Street near Sylvan Glen Court at about 2 in the morning on Wednesday. Fank's son, known as Damo, was killed, and a 13-year-old boy was shot and wounded. Hayward police have not reported any arrests. I've learned investigators are looking into whether the shooting was gang-related. Fank says his son was not in a gang.
Several months later, a 17-year-old suspect was later arrested for the shooting. He currently sits in jail fighting his case. The next situation unfolded around 11:10 p.m. on June 27, 2024. Hayward police received a report about a shooting near the intersection of Mission Boulevard. As police were on their way, they got a call from a 17-year-old boy who said him and his friend were shot. The police located the 2 injured teens. The 17-year-old boy was taken to a hospital for treatment and was later released. But the second victim was an 18-year-old boy and suffered critical injuries.
These youngins not even getting to see the age of 18, not walking the stage, not getting to have no real female, not getting to get no real Uchi, nothing. You want to see 25 young niggas. Get some bread.
2024. An 18-year-old Hayward man was shot to death in Hayward in the city's 7th homicide that year. The 18-year-old was found suffering from gunshot wounds in the driver's seat of a vehicle that appeared to be hit by a parked car. after the apparent shooting. The man was taken to the hospital where he died from his wounds. On October 10th, 2024, a 46-year-old named Daniel was arrested for the murder. On October 10th, police searched Daniel's home, where they would find several firearms, and they all were booked as evidence. One of the guns were used in the murder. On July 28th, 2024, a deadly drive-by shooting happened in Hayward. Hayward police said that officers arrived on the scene and located a 16-year-old female suffering from gunshot wounds. The victim was later transported to a local hospital.
I bet you she was not even a target. Y'all niggas ain't been drilling who y'all supposed to be spinning on. Come on.
Where she later died from her injuries. A second shooting victim was later located. The 41-year-old Hayward resident was later transported to a local hospital where he received treatment for non-life-threatening injuries.
The latest on what's becoming a disturbing trend. Good evening, Henry.
Yeah, sad trend indeed. Many of the recent homicide victims here in Hayward indeed have all been teenagers. Now, the killings themselves don't seem to be related to each other, but the police chief and the mayor all agree more needs to be done as far as outreach to the youths who are also suspected in these tragedies.
Right now, the city is hurting.
A deadly shootout in broad daylight in Hayward took the life of a 16-year-old girl, the latest teenager to die from gun violence in the city. The most recent homicide happened outside this apartment complex on West Tennyson Road near Tyrell Avenue shortly after 11 Sunday morning. Bullets hit the building and a car. At least one shooter opened fire from a car, prompting another person with a gun to return fire.
But we don't know whether or not she was a specific intended target in this incident.
A 41-year-old man was caught in the crossfire and was hit by a stray bullet. He is expected to be okay. Police are trying to find out what led up to the shooting. This is the latest homicide in Hayward that has killed a young victim. The four most recent homicide victims in the city have been 19 years old or younger.
The police will say the suspects were wearing hoods and masks and that it was a group of young men. They will also say there were several vehicles involved. At least one shooter opened fire from a car, prompting another person with a gun to return fire. It appears that there was gunfire exchanged between two parties, the police said. We do not believe there was a random act. We do believe there was an individual who was targeted. The 16-year-old girl family was their intended targets. She was just caught in the crossfire. She was Hayward's 8th murder that year.
Man, I told y'all Hayward is spunky on the low, but if you know, you know. Like I said, everybody from Hayward, let me know where y'all from. Let me know if that's accurate. Let me know if it's not accurate, if they doing too much. And it's safe. Everything cool out there. Man, y'all go get y'all some Cash Rules Global merch, you know what I'm saying? Get you a skeezy, get you a trap bag, get you a custom jersey, hoodie, every color. Shout out to the members of the channel, you hear me? Community, we locked in. And with that being said, remember, all money ain't good money, and slow motion damn sure better than no motion. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and bang that subscribe button. You're here for a reason. Spam up that like button next, keep us in the algorithm, and we gonna keep them trap doors open.